Yeah.
Oh my God, it is late. I'm sorry. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome to the May meeting. I know Michael's not joining us and Carla's not joining us tonight.
Okay.
Thanks, Jane, for taking the minutes. So hi, everybody. Let's just start right away with approving the April minutes. I know all of you have had a chance to look at it, I imagine.
Mm-hmm.
So if there are
No worries.
no comments on the minutes, can we approve them? Motion to approve the minutes.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, who made the first? I didn't hear it.
Elizabeth?
You
Liz.
second, right? And who was the first?
I thought Liz was the first.
It's usually me and it's usually Melinda and me.
Okay, Melinda first and then you. Okay.
Hi.
Okay, so minutes are approved. Thank you for that. Okay, as per the agenda, we're moving to the marketing update. We moved you guys up front. So Piper, it's all yours. And I'm very excited to say that the marketing committee has been working hard and it's such an essential committee for us. And all good things are coming from this direction. So Piper, take it away.
Sure.
Yeah.
So
Approved.
great to see you guys. We have been working hard, as Marina mentioned. It's a lean but fast moving group. And really we've been focused on kind of going down into creating the foundational elements of really the Arts Council positioning. We have a mission, so we're bringing that forward, but really establishing our marketing.
Yeah, it doesn't. Am
I breaking up?
A little.
Ooh.
Oh, it's Melinda. Your audio is breaking up.
Melinda, can you hear us?
She's muted now, so.
Frozen.
Okay, so go ahead, Piper.
Okay. So again, kind of taking this really thoughtful, thorough approach of how we want to move forward from a marketing perspective, and starting with the brand identity of the Arts Council, ensuring that we have a really clear path forward in terms of who we are, who we want to be, and how that translates to how we communicate and how we put on events and how we talk to the community and each other about these events and other ways that we're participating with partners and sponsors, educators, et cetera. So we've been working, I guess, the last 6 weeks through kind of very regimented process, and I think we're moving along pretty well. We're also considering things like our logo, our key message, and then how that will translate to really how we show up as a group. And the main point of marketing is really the sum of all of our pieces is strongest as it comes together. So we want to ensure that, you know, what we pull together from a marketing standpoint is easily translated into everything that you all are doing and working on so hard throughout the year for the Arts Council. So I think it'll probably come to fruition that where we can show things next month. Marina, are we targeting?
Yeah.
And it'll really become more of a framework. So we can all kind of sit and work through that framework. It should be very logical, linear, nothing kind of crazy, but it'll help make sure that we're on point, that from a tone standpoint, we're all sounding, you know, very similar and within the same tone of voice, the same look and feel. So what appears on Facebook should look very similar to what we see on flyers and banners. And the more that we kind of show up and look and sound the same, that will help us really build our brand identity and some equity within the community. We'll start to really establish the Arts Council as a group that is doing a lot throughout the community. And that's what we're really trying to do. My son's here. Do you want to
We welcome him. Hi.
Hello.
Spencer? 1 second, I'll come right into your room. Anyway, so Marina, do you have anything?
Well,
And
I
I'm rambling.
because you've been working so hard, and Piper is, you know, a formidable marketing professional. I will say that about you, and you bring to our group some real expertise, which I appreciate. And I just want to kind of demystify what this idea of marketing is for all of us. And I had a very practical experience today with Larry, and Larry, you know, we know each other, so I can share this. And we did a call for artists, and we have dozens of responses in. I should probably turn on a light somewhere around here, but anyway, you guys can see me or hear me, more importantly. So we have a couple of dozen responses, and my impulse was, how are we going to respond immediately? I know we will respond to all of these people, but I just feel it's upon us to respond in a timely way, so that the people that have thought to reach out to us in hopes of performing this summer are granted that kind of gracious response of, thank you, we have received your inquiry, your proposal. And this ties into marketing. For those of us that aren't into the marketing head, this is the marketing head. Like, how do we present ourselves as a council, right? Piper and Christina, this is what we spend every week talking about, the consistency. And my feeling is, I want to make sure that we, the Arts Council, are right out there being kind, considerate, responsive, professional above all. And I just want to get back to everybody. I want to be known as that group, as that organization. I mean, I'm just trying to bring it back to basics, Piper, because we talk about so many things. But this is what it's all about. It's like, who are we in this village, and what is the face of what we're trying to present? And so, Larry, you and I talked about like getting back to these people right away. And I think that that's a very important thing. For me, it's a priority, like, you know, how we show ourselves. And the good news for all of us that I want to share is that I was speaking with Jason today, who's supervisor of Parks and Rec. And he said to me, I just want to say thank you, because you guys are so great to work with. And it just meant so much to me. We're all working on this project of the poetry garden together, and the Department of Parks we could not have done this poetry garden without them. And it's been such a beautiful collaboration. And I love this kind of work that we're doing together with the village offices, the different groups in the village. And you know, I think getting recognition. And he said, you know, I just want to say thank you to the Arts Council, because we're doing a few other projects with them as well. And for me, it's so satisfying to be working together with other committees in the village and working towards the same goal in a collaborative way. So I don't know, I said to him, we have got the best board and the best volunteers, and you know, none of us are being paid. We're doing everything we can because we believe in what we do. So just being recognized made me feel really good. Larry?
And I would like to say, Marina, that you are an excellent leader, because I'm going to finish the conversation about what you just said. So Marina called me today and said, all right, you and Carla are heading up the pop-ups. You need to call these people. And I just said, Marina, this is my one day in town for 2 weeks because I'm traveling intensely for work. And I said, it's not happening today. And she said, I'll do it. And I appreciate the fact you stepped in to do that, which was the right thing. But I can't do it. But thank you for that.
Thanks, Larry.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, you know, at the end of the day, we're all in it together, and we're all working towards the same goal. And I really appreciate, I know all of us are so busy. Everybody's got work, everybody's got children, everybody's got, you know, many different layers of things. So I thank you all for showing up the way we do. I'm so proud of us, and I'm very grateful. So anyway, Piper, this is really to bring it back to the marketing, because I think until next month, we talk about marketing and people don't know exactly what we're talking about. But it really is like down to these things, like how do we present ourselves? How do we show up? Not just what's on the banners and what our logo looks like, but how do we show up in all the small moments? So that's not exactly marketing, but it is about communications. So,
Definitely. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all kind of our brand ambassadors. So we do represent the Arts Council, and we just want to make sure that we're providing, again, a framework where everyone feels comfortable with how we want to talk about, the Arts Council in general, different events. So we all have the same key messages, and we're kind of on point. That's just going to reinforce everything that we're doing and help really ingrain who the Arts Council is within the whole community, which is our goal at the end of the day. So I'm hoping people are excited about what's to come.
Yeah, very.
And Christina, if you want to just touch quickly on the work you've been doing on social media, there's been a lot of activity. Hopefully you guys have seen on Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah.
is that your house?
No, that was a lovely segue. Thank you, Spencer or Grady. I'm not sure which one. Well, social media, again, is just one of the many layers of the marketing that we have been discussing. Again, trying to pinpoint and communicate what our tone is and how we want the village and surrounding villages and beyond to interpret the work that we do. There has been a large increase in the number of people following and the number of interactions with the posts, which is great. There have been lots of shares, and we've been making more of a concerted effort to work with the other councils within the village, even, between the environmental council, working with, who's it, Rob? Rob. We just sort of have this unspoken, we're just going to help lift each other up, and that really helps to promote the village even more, just because the Village of Monarch has a lot more followers than we do, but every week that number is growing for us, which is great. So there's a lot more exposure. We are hoping, as our social media presence begins to pick up even further, we're able to target specific artists more, local artists, and highlighting those within the community as a way to bring awareness to their work and to promote them, essentially, because that is one of the many facets of our mission. So that is on the horizon as well. So right now it's just all about exposure and again, establishing that continuity and consistency in our tone, and just trying to make it a welcoming, open organization. And I think we're doing a pretty good job at that. So kudos to everybody. And those of you who are sending me awesome content to share, it's great. So please, if you have something that you want to be shared, please just send it my way.
Yeah, Christina, you have a really nice way of funneling whatever we're sharing into like one voice. So thank you for that. You're great at it. We're so lucky to have you.
It's been a lot of fun, and couldn't do it without all of you. So
thanks, Christina. Okay, we're going to move on to art at the Regatta. Melinda.
All right, am I unmuted? Yes. You hear me?
We can, but you're on that.
Yes, can you hear me?
You're on a delay.
Oh, okay. We installed a new artist at the Regatta. Her name is Trisha Light, and she's born and raised in Monarch. She graduated Rhinebeck High School. And she and her husband are longtime members of the community. They've been here a very long time. And she does watercolors. Can you hear? Um,
I can hear
and
you.
so we installed 7 pieces in the Regatta. They look amazing. I can email out pictures, and I'll do that tonight. But they look great. They're all sailboat.
Melinda, can you hear us? Melinda, can you hear us?
What's that?
You're on
You
this,
can't hear me?
you're on a drastic delay. Can you hear us? Can you hear me?
Hear me?
Do we all hear that Melinda's on delay or is
Nobody
it?
hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
she's on delay.
Melinda, you're on this terrible delay, which doesn't sound good.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, now you're not. But Melinda did this amazing installation. It looks incredible. The people in the village are so happy. I mean, at the Regatta,
Yes.
it's watercolors of beautiful
Yes.
scenes. Trish Light is from Amerenik. Her father.
Alright, I'm sorry. I don't know what to do.
Don't worry, I'm gonna talk for you because it sounds not good when you're speaking. I hate to
Okay.
say. You're on some kind of delay over there. Can you hear me? I feel so bad, but Melinda did a great job today with the installation, and I saw pictures of it. It's absolutely beautiful.
Oh, can
And-
you send photos my way so I can share?
Yeah, Melinda, can you send photos to Christina? Melinda will send photos to you. I'll
Okay.
check her. I'm
How
sorry.
did- How was the art hung? Do you know?
Sure.
Nail and wall.
Because that was one of the questions when we were over there. It was,
Can you hear me?
well, how are we gonna hang it?
Hold on. Hello?
All right, I'm gonna call Marina.
Yeah, and put yourself on mute. Okay. Sherry asked how the art was hung.
I
What was-
don't know what's happening.
You keep yourself on mute and I'll answer for you. Sherry, you wanted to know how the art was hung?
Yeah,
Hammer and nail, the paintings are on wires.
oh, oh, you hung it directly into the wall.
Yeah,
Oh, so every time we switch artists, are we on the hook for
painting? No,
fixing? No, okay.
no, I mean. For 5 of her works, they used existing nails.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. She said, you don't see anything and the walls are in great shape.
Oh, great.
The
Yeah,
walls
well, they're new.
are kind of blue, aren't they? The walls are blue and her wall and the content is all aquatic. It's all seaside harbor
Right.
sailboats. It's really beautiful.
I think, isn't she doing something with the library?
Is she doing something at the library? Do you know?
Like,
She's at Decoration Day right now, but not at the library.
yeah, I think she might be giving a talk or something at the library. Eventually, not now.
Yeah, Melinda doesn't know about that. Yeah, so Christina, Melinda will send you information and photographs and we'll post her bio and get her information out. Okay, Melinda, thank you. You know, it's on delay and it doesn't sound good, so thank you. We're good, bye. Okay, so that was Melinda. It looks really good and Christina, you will get all the information. I'm so happy we have her. I mean, the people in the village offices really love when we do these installations, so it's important and I'd love to get the word out. And Trish is a longtime Amerenik resident and married to another longtime Amerenik resident who was very involved in the village, so I think it would be nice to get their name out. Poetry Garden dedication, I'm going to pick up on that. So it's next Friday, the 13th, 11 o'clock. We have a really nice program set up. We're going to be, we're going to be basically creating a space where we introduce Mary Louise's work, her poem, one of her poems, that is yet to be decided. But it's gonna, the way kind of I see it is it's gonna be a blessing, kind of a way to get her words into the space. And Sarah Evans, poet, that was one of our nominees for Poet Laureate, will be reading the poem, and Elizabeth is working with her on preparing that. And Sarah was a very good friend of Mary Louise's, so it's particularly poignant, and I'm looking forward to having her read, and I know she's looking forward to participating. So Sarah is going to be reading, and then Tom is going to be doing the dedication. And he'll speak. He knew Mary Louise quite well, and Fred, her husband, so he's going to be speaking. And then the family of Mary Louise and Mary Louise, so John, who is the landscape designer, who basically worked with the village and did all of the trees and the installations and the plantings around the garden, will be there, as well as Daryl Cox, her daughter. So they'll be speaking. And then our new Poet Laureate, Michael Collins, will be reading one of Mary Louise's poems, and then he'll be reading one of his own poems. And Elizabeth had this idea of kind of passing the torch, reading the Mary Louise, the previous and only Poet Laureate, her work, and then passing it on, and then him reading his own piece. And as of now, I think he's going to be creating his own new work for this event. So that will be really nice. And that's it. And we're going to acknowledge the people that have really helped us, which is Jeff On and the Department of Parks. We could not have done this without them. And they're going to be there, as well as Jason Pinto and Jerry and all the people who have supported us from the village. So I'm really grateful for this event, and that's next Friday. And the rain date is next Saturday. And then one of the really fun things that's happening around all of this is that our Christina has created a book. And Christina, I'd love you to tell everybody about the Tortoise and Hare book. It's based on Aesop's fable of the tortoise and the hare. And Christina has kind of reinterpreted that and has sourced an artist in the Republic of Georgia, clear across the universe, across the world, who's done the sketches, and I've seen them and they're really phenomenal. So Christina, tell us about this little children's book project that you've come up with.
Yeah, so it's just because if you haven't seen the Tortoise and the Hare in the Poetry Garden, they are just phenomenal. So do it. My kids they visit them as often as they can. They want to go and they want to see the tortoise, and they keep on calling it a dinosaur. They go back and forth, and it's just a lot of fun. So definitely see them. But we included Aesop's fable in the little book, and next to it is just a fun little interpretation of the tortoise and the hare in the friendly village. And it just talks a little bit about two friends leaving the library, wanting to make it to the harbor to have lunch together. And the hare gets a little bit, the hare's name is Rushmore, because I was trying to pull from Streets. And since he rushes, it seemed fitting. And the tortoise in the story's name is Sheldrake, because of the shell.
Yeah.
But the sculptor called him Tortellini, and that has stuck with me because I want them to be Tortellini and angel hair, but we have to cut corners sometimes. So
It's so funny.
anyway, it's a sweet little, the hare tries to run to Walter's to pick up lunch, veer off course, and it doesn't work out because everyone is way too friendly and he doesn't make it back to the finish line in time. And yeah, it's just a fun little interpretation, and the illustrations are adorable. They're whimsical, they're fun. Marina had such great feedback for them today, so I'm excited to have it all finished so you all can see it. It's very cute. So we thought that might be a fun little thing for the kids, because the kids are really drawn to these sculptures, and I think that makes the garden even more magical to have that young energy. We were at a show at the Mlen recently. Piper was there as well. And the kids just gravitated towards these. I mean, and it was just wonderful seeing them among the flowers. And so just, it's a special place. So I'm excited to see the dedication this weekend or this coming Friday. The
Yeah.
13th.
Thank you, Christina. I have to say, this is such like a beautiful affirmation of having an idea and putting it out there and then having you run with it. And we didn't even have to have a conversation. The next thing I knew is you'd written the story. So thank you for that. You know, I mean, it's really beautiful the way that worked out and the way you jumped into your own creative space. So these sculptures are truly magical, and I'm so proud that we sponsored this whole project and that we brought this kind of beauty and whimsy to the town, to the village. I think that the sculptures are not just ordinary sculptures. They are truly made by an artist with a certain point of view about animals and childlike spirit and whimsy, and you can feel it. So I'm really proud that we did this. So yeah, thank you, Christina. And we'll be having that book ready. The book will be ready for the dedication. And then beyond that, we'll be making more copies. Before jumping to the next thing, which is the Centennial Art Project, I want to jump forward to the Marine Life Center in case you have to leave Melinda, and just get an update on the sculptures there and what you've been doing with the Rye Art Center and some of your research. And if you can't talk, I'll interpret for you because you've given me an update. I'm getting a text from Melinda. Okay, you want me to talk? Yeah. So you're not, okay, you're not in. So the deal with the sculptures is they're too expensive right now from the fabricators that we've been sourcing, that Melinda's been sourcing through the Rye Art Center. They're absolutely beautiful, but I don't think, Melinda doesn't think that they're really affordable. So she's set up a meeting with the Rye Art Center they have some other sources to try to find more fabricators. And so it's something that we really want to do, but we don't feel like we want to succumb to any kind of time pressure on. And the idea was to put together a series of, I think, Melinda, you said 3 different animals, and you introduced what those were going to be the last time. And not animals, but, you know, species from marine life, including a bird. And so I guess that's all we really have to say right now, is that you're looking into other fabricators and you're meeting with the Rye Art Center, and it looks like a project that's going to be moving into the fall, right? Is that
Do the
right?
sculptures have to be made of metal?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, no, you're on that delay still, Melinda. I mean, if you can say something, but I mean, I think we just determined that because they're going to be repainted, and then we were considering auctioning them and selling them to make up for the expenses, unless you have some other thoughts, Sherry.
I guess my thought is that there is, I don't know what you call it. I mean, I guess it's a plastic, but it's a really, really hard plastic that they make.
Almost like a fiberglass.
Well, there is that. Yes, there is like a fiberglass that's that hard, but there's also like PVC kind of.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know if it's any cheaper to ask fabricators if there are other materials that are cheaper than metal, but it might be worth looking into. I don't know how much the metal costs, but I can't imagine it's as expensive as metal.
I think that's a great idea, and also the possibility of 3D.
Right, and there's also different grades of metal in terms of thickness, and like for I don't know what you're looking for in terms of design, but for instance, with rye, with butterfly, we had a thinner kind of sheet metal, which there are a lot of fabricators who do this. It sort of makes it lighter, and the wings could move lighter. Like, so you might want to ask also if there are fabricators who use thinner metal, at least just for the animal portion, and it might make it move kind of movable on its own, when the wind blows, and it might be interesting to see it flow kind of on its own, if it's not like a hard metal. It's like gauges, it's in millimeters, I guess, or the metal gauges.
Sherry, did you work on this with Rye?
No,
Oh,
Jackie.
Yeah, but she didn't, I don't think she worked on the sourcing, right?
I don't think so. No, I think she was just one of the artists.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to check on that. Yeah, those are good points. I know Melinda's been looking into different grades of metal from what she told me. So, let's continue and also consider looking into different medium or, plastic, I think is a good idea. And then the 3D, it might also introduce different possibilities of, even if they don't last as long, maybe it's a shorter term display or I don't know. I mean, we can find out what the option, because right now the cost is prohibitive from what we've.
How much is one of them?
Between 10 and 12,000 each.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Melinda was able to get it down a little bit based on, doing packages, but right, Melinda? She's gonna text me, I guess. But it's too expensive, and we can't justify that. Anyway, I don't want to get held up in this discussion tonight about the details. I'd rather research and bring it back. So let's continue doing that.
Okay.
But thanks, Sherry. Those are good ideas. Library Centennial.
Library Centennial, that's me.
Mhm.
So I'll make this brief because it's still in very early stages. We have been approached by the library for 2 different collaborative projects concerning the centennial. So the library will celebrate its centennial on, I think, January 3rd, 2023. So these projects will be coming to fruition or be fully materialized probably in the spring to summer of 2023. So we're looking at basically a year from now. But Terry Newman is head of the youth program, and she had the idea to match local artists with youth to create a rendering in really any medium of what the library will look like in another 100 years.
I love that.
Which is wonderful. I mean, it could be 3D, it could be painting, it could be watercolor, it could be really as far as the imagination goes. So she wanted to work with us on that, which I thought was a great idea. I also got another request from Amy Donahue, who is now, I think, in a position of marketing for the library. And she sent to me work by an artist named Mike Stilkey, who's based out of Los Angeles. And Mike's philosophy is that people toss books, right? People throw away books. Books are forever being donated. And what he does is he creates really small scale up to huge scale designs on the spines of books. So he lines books up and then paints on the spines. And sometimes they're just a little desk piece. And sometimes they are the size of the floor to a ceiling, like an installation for a cafe or a library or a bookstore. And all of these designs, and Christina, and Piper, this goes with what you were both talking about. All of his designs are whimsical characters enjoying life. So if you look up his website, you'll see, you know, the books are all stacked, and I think he's rather judicious about which books he chooses to give to which installation. And then there'll be, you know, an anthropomorphic character like sipping tea, holding a book, but it's painted on the spines of the book, right? So it creates this really cool integration between literacy, books, and art. And Amy was saying that the library, I guess, receives, I think, an unfathomable amount of books from folks that maybe don't even go into circulation. So she said the library would provide all of the books, but sort of her inspiration was to create art out of the books that they maybe wouldn't put into circulation, or books that are too shabby to be put into circulation. And that would be sort of more of an open call for folks to pick up books and then create something and have that on display. And she, you know, it's obviously in very early stages, but wanted to kind of throw it out and see if the Arts Council would be happy to either do the calls or match or advertise. And if we are interested, both Terry and Amy said that they can gather more information and send it along to us. So I'm sort of the go-between at this moment for the impetus of these two potential things.
I love that.
They're both really sort of dynamic. I mean, one is very independent and people can take books and do what they feel. And then the other sort of collaborative youth artist connection, I think, is really nice.
Yeah. I just also love the idea of thinking of what the library is going to look like 100 years forward.
Yeah.
That's dynamic in itself. That's a great concept that we can, you know, have fun with.
Yeah, and I don't think that either of these are going to be monetarily heavy on the Arts Council. I think it would be more organizational and getting the word out and, you know, matching folks with youth and seeing who was interested. So it might be more time spent as opposed to funds spent.
You know what? Can I interrupt? George
Yes.
George Latimer's on the call. This
Oh,
is-
great.
he should be able to talk. George?
Hey guys, just wanted to let you know that, yeah, thank you, Nora. I just want to let you know I'm listening in, and if there's anything you'd like me to do as an outgrowth, just let me know, and I'm participating by phone.
Hi, George. Thanks so much. That's wonderful. We appreciate it. We appreciate your support.
Happy to be here.
Yeah.
Happy to do it. Thank you, Nora.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, Elizabeth. I love this. And, you know, let's bookmark this and keep talking about it and see what we can do. Thank you. I'm going to keep moving forward. The Poet Laureate programs and updates. Liz, do you want to talk about that?
That's me again. So I had the pleasure of spending some time with Michael last Friday. I think he's going to be a really, really wonderful addition to not necessarily the Arts Council, but just the artistic group who are trying to grow poetry and readings and art around here. Michael had some really good ideas. I think that his main kind of philosophy at the moment is, since we haven't had programs that are annual for a poet laureate, he is looking to do a lot of sort of one-off things and see what garners the most attention and participation. That said, he did have a few kind of concrete ideas, a couple of which I think will be really successful. One was a parent book club, which is a book club for parents who are reading to their school-aged children. So what books are children liking? What questions are you asking when you're reading these books with your children? And sort of a place to crowdsource and share thoughts and bring them back to families. So I thought that was a really good idea. I've never heard of something like that, sort of a secondary book club. Michael's also interested in working with the schools, and I think specifically the teachers, to gather more information about how they're teaching poetry and what they're teaching, because he was really, really impressed with Poetry Live and just the caliber of writing and the energy of the students and the participation. And he even said just the pride of the teachers. So I think he kind of sees a really strong link there and wants to learn more about it and maybe get involved a little bit if the teachers would want that. And then I think Marina, he probably will be involved in the Youth Poet Laureate Committee if that sort of comes together. We were discussing having sort of a high school poet laureate society that had readings monthly and perhaps a field trip once or twice into the city. And Michael would be, I guess for lack of a better word, like the coach of that society. I'm meeting with him again next week before the dedication. And as Marina said, I think he's working on an original piece for that. And he seems very comfortable and happy and looking toward the horizon for all that he can do. So it was really a nice meeting. It was great to get to know him a little bit better.
Thanks, Liz.
Sure.
Yeah, no, I agree. I've spoken with him myself this past week, and he seems all on board. So I want to take the enthusiasm and our traction around the literary arts and challenge ourselves to duplicate that in other art forms as well, so that visual arts and dance and performing arts and other art forms are not left behind. So I don't want to belabor that at the moment, but I just want to put that out there so that we can bring that to the next meeting. Because clearly we're strong in the literary arts right now. And I'm thrilled about it. And it gives us a really wonderful template for how to move forward and how we can bring more to the community. Summer concert series, music. Let's move to that. Larry, well, actually, I'll start with Jane and I. We'll start with our summer concert series with the Mlen Theater, and we're moving forward really well with that. Jane, do you want to report on that?
Okay, so Marina and I have been meeting with the Mlen, and they're all excited and they're really working hard on the the two big concerts, the Broadway on the Sound and then the rock concert. So one is in July and one is in August. And they are going to do a lot with advertising, all kinds of things, all kinds of ways, just like you're doing with your group for the marketing. And they're soliciting sponsors. So they've been somewhat successful so far, and that helps reduce our cost and their cost. And it sounds like we will also have, well, we also will have a music at the in the park. Besides the two, we'll have music then. Let me just get my note, Marina.
At Columbus Park, we're gonna have music.
I have the name. It's Raquel and the I forgot what her group is called, but I have the note.
Raquel
and the
they might not
perform the Wildflower. It sounds great. Yeah. So floor for the Columbus Park, Saturday, August 6th from 5 to 7. We just decided on that time frame. Flor Bromley is the first act, and she's going to do songs, and that'll appeal to children. And then followed by Raquel and the Wildflowers. And I listened to her. She has a beautiful voice. Yeah. And they sing, play music. So those two will be there for the 6th. A rain date is the 7th. The Hollis at the harbor, the Hollis Brown will be August 17th, rain date August 18th. And Broadway on the Sound, 7/20, and rain date the 27th. So hopefully we'll have good weather, and these will be terrific. And I think it's a great partnership, like to have that sort of working together, and they're really on top of things, and it's exciting. And
I agree
also,
with you, Jane. Yeah. I think working with the Mlen has been a great partnership because they've got the expertise in the performance world and production, and we bring to them, the numbers and
yes,
the people that come out for the Village and the 4th of July, and we've been able to offer all of that to our potential sponsors that they're soliciting.
Right. So it's very exciting. It really is.
Right.
And they also just talked a little bit about the they're still working on having an art movie. And remember, Marina, we now have maybe August 12th as a possibility. We'll see.
Yeah, I just got some new dates on that. And so one of the films that's been proposed is Whale Rider. I don't know if you
Yes.
guys have seen that.
I think I might have seen it a long time ago, but I remember, yeah, it's that people were very excited about it.
It's a beautiful film. So we're looking to kind of do an art film. But anyway, that's in process. Carla's working on that, and Jason from Department of Recreation. So that's moving forward. Pop-up concerts. Larry, where are you? Larry and Carla are working on that, and Sherry and me and Solange as well. So Larry, take it away.
It's a great committee, and I want to thank you all. So we met by phone last 2 weeks ago. We mapped out the summer. We are doing, as you all know, Friday nights, starting the Friday after July 4th weekend. We picked out Florence Park, Columbus Park, the Poetry Garden. We have a rain date of the first weekend in August, just in case. We did extend it this year. It will not be, it will be from 7 to 8 o'clock. The subject is jazz, which could be all different types of jazz. And we had a call to musicians, and I'm very grateful, but very surprised that we had so many responses, considering this thing only went out last Thursday.
Wow.
That was just an amazing thing. And Robert, of course, in the village is just wonderful to work with for us. You know, he put it together, put it out there, and we all had, you know, different places, and just it's just surprising how much has come back. So I will be in touch with you, Sherry, Marina, Solange, and who I know is be away, and also Carla, to try to get us together to pre-work, to listen to what's out there, come back with finalists and make some decisions of what groups we would like. All right, and I'll send a note out about that.
I noticed that Steph Chin sent an email because he knows, obviously he's a musician and he knows a lot of people. So I think that we should contact him and answer his questions so that he can then forward the call to people he knows. I think that was the gist of his email, right?
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. Yeah, my intention is to get back to everybody in the next 2 days, just to, you know, respond to them that they've already reached out to us. So I will look for him. I did see his, so I'll check that out. Okay,
He's a great resource.
Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have an abundance of responses. We have about 24 at least, and they're all very, well, not all maybe, but you know, many very, very solid responses or solid talents out there. So we're in a good position.
How many concerts, Marina, for the pop?
4. It's 4.
Okay.
The
All right.
4 Friday nights of July.
Okay.
And we have on hold the first Friday night of August as a rain date,
Oh, okay.
August 5th, which is why it's that. And last year, by the way, we probably had 10 responses for the 4 concerts with classical. So you can see how it's a very different genre and people feeling very different.
Yeah.
That's why. So thank you. You will hear more about this shortly. I want to thank you, Piper and Christina. You were in my minutes from the call we had last week. Because Marina said, oh, they will help with marketing, but I had no idea what you looked like or who you are. So now I do. So thank you very much. We will make sure you get fed everything. And I appreciate your marketing standard, because I think we need to work with Robert, who's very positive and really loves to help. Once we have that with him, I think he'll be able to duplicate it for everything we do for flyers, etc. You know, he'll create that template for us. So that'd be very beneficial. I have a cheesy question, so forgive me, since this is marketing as well. How do we do something that we look and we're identifiable when we are at an event together? I could say a shirt, but that's always controversial.
No, we've definitely addressed that, and we have a fashion committee, by the way.
That's fine. That's fine.
Nothing has been overlooked in this committee.
I'm just thinking about the concerts last year when all of us were there, but you didn't know who the council was, or the fact there were so many of us at events. So that's great. So
yeah, we are taking this seriously, Larry, to your point. So
good. Any
more
questions?
next month. We're going to blow you away with our presentation next month.
Okay.
Any questions on the pop-ups?
No, we're not. Now we are moving on to the Arts Council booth for the summer concerts, and it's other things too. So Jane and I have talked about this. So, you know, at the summer concerts that we're doing with the Mlen down at the harbor, we'd like to be more of a presence next summer in, you know, in a more dynamic way, and take advantage of the fact that we are the sponsors for these concerts. We don't want to take a back seat in any way, and the Mlen understands that. We feel like equal partners this year, 100%. So we want to do a really dynamic presentation of who we are, and our marketing material would be ready by then. And we have to be ready by then too. So I would like to invite all of us to think about, you know, how we might participate in getting the word out of who we are. I mean, we'll have some of that worked out, you know, from the communication and the talking points point of view, but we're thinking of doing a booth, but a dynamic booth at the concerts, the 2 summer concerts, as well as some other events that are coming up. We want to be a consistent presence so that people know us, identify us. Larry, you're talking about t-shirts. We're talking about something similar as well, but more to the point, like we want to get the word out. We want to let everybody know what we have a huge offering this summer coming up. We've got 4, 6, 7 concerts. We've got Juneteenth that we're going to be participating in, which I'll tell you about in a second. We've got a Monarch butterfly project that we're going to be supporting. There are just so many things going on this summer, and we want to let people know what we're doing. So no opportunity wasted. We need to be a presence at all of these events. So who wants to work on these events, on putting a booth together? You know, Christina and Piper and I are talking about it from a marketing point of view. We'd like to invite some other people into this committee because we really need help from the actual like showing up at the events, and you don't have to sign up for every event, but to the brainstorming of what it could look like.
Yeah, because Marina, you and I talked about it. Marina has the backdrop for the, if we had a table. So you have that backdrop that could be decorated.
Yeah.
Obviously with photographs and other things. And one thing I thought about, because you want people to be attracted, like, oh, what's over there? So I was thinking, I mean, it sounds awfully corny, but what about having a bubble machine? Because when you have a bubble machine blowing bubbles, everybody looks over there. So
I have one.
Is that too corny?
I have one.
You do? Oh,
I
great.
do.
I thought, wow, wouldn't that be something? You know, in addition to having a great, having bubbles so that people stop by. Anyway.
I mean, anything like that is great. You know, that and more substance. Absolutely.
Right.
Bring them over with the bubbles, and then
yes, get them over, and then we can talk to them.
Yeah.
You know, and then the other thing was, I don't know if Marina and I talked about this, but having a raffle, like we could raffle off those, like, let's say 10 of those bags or 5 of our bags. I mean, it's not a big gift, but it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
And, you know, having them hang up and say, fill out a raffle or.
Yeah, Jane, we also had talked about, I think maybe in February or March, doing something like a swag bag that had Mlen drink tickets in it, a copy of the Tortoise and Herrera book.
Yes.
And just some things that really represent the Arts Council. That's a little bit more than the tote bag that they'd go home.
Right. That's true. Yes.
With that,
would be
we could
nice.
put those together. We could put 20 of those together before all of this, and you could raffle off and do it each event.
That's a great idea. Mm-hmm.
Christina, you haven't piped in. Christina's favorite word seems to be swag.
Kindred.
It comes up on in many of our meetings.
Kindred.
Okay, so I'm putting you two together, whether you like it or not.
Sure.
Yeah, I love that, Liz. It's great. Yeah, so this is what we're thinking of, like, you know, goodies, like maybe a free art lesson, maybe this, maybe that. So let's get together and think about it. But we want to be like we want to be all that we can be this summer because I feel like it's our opportunity. We're doing so much. We're going to be seen every single week almost from July to August. So let's just go for it and be a presence and have our little, we'll have the swag, but we'll also have the outfits. Larry?
I will send you, I was at a design gala up in Buffalo last week, and I thought it was very clever. The organization had one of the posters was meet the board, and they were all there with their positions. And then below it was, what are the upcoming events?
Yeah.
And I thought that was very clever because it sat at the table that greeted you, but it said, who are the people and what's next? So I will share that because it's just an idea that I thought that worked out successfully.
Yeah, please share it. It's a good idea. So anybody that would like to join us?
I'm gonna
I'll
help. If you need something from me, I can help.
Astrid,
great.
You're also on a little bit of time delay. Are you in?
Yes, I'm
good.
in.
Okay, Astrid, we're calling you. Good. We need you. Good. Okay. So,
who else wants to work? I'll work on it. Marina, you would. Who else?
Liz, Piper has to work on it. Okay, we're good. We'll get it.
Okay.
And we'll report back in June. We're going to meet in person. So that's going to be
good.
Lovely. And, to be announced where that's going to be. Couple more things. There's the Monarch Butterfly Project that we're doing with the Environmental Committee. And, I don't think it's necessary to go over all the details right now because they're still in process. But we're thinking of doing the Monarch Butterfly on a huge banner, a canvas banner that will be moving around the village and the town of Mamaroneck and Larchmont. And, Christina, you had mentioned doing a hashtag of, where the Monarch is in town, and that would be great. So we're still working out those details and the budget and all of that. The next thing I want to just bring up briefly is that we've been invited to participate in Juneteenth with an organization called One Mamaroneck, and they have funding from Arts Westchester, and they're already working with the village as well as the Department of Town Parks and Rec. And that's going to be on June 18th, which is a Saturday at Columbus Park. And we're invited to participate. I'd like to participate. I think it's important for us. And so they're meeting every Friday this month. And I'd like to know if anybody here would like to volunteer to work with that, work with us, work with them on putting this project together. It's probably, you don't have to meet every week, but at least if you can participate in 2 meetings, I would say in the next couple of weeks, in putting together whatever our presence is going to be. And it will probably be a booth. And they've already got the whole day planned. So basically we're just going to be a presence at that event. It's going to be at Columbus Park. It's a pretty, it's a very well organized event from what I'm told. And I think it's an opportunity for us, to your point, Larry, to let everybody know what our upcoming events are. And it's not unlike this booth that we're talking about for the summer concerts that we're going to be a presence. So I think all of this is in the same spirit. It's like, let's get it together and just know what we're going to look like so that we come out in the same way, in the same look, and the same attitude for all of these events. We'll have a booth and we'll just be letting everybody know what's to come from the Arts Council. And in terms of Juneteenth, we'll figure out a very specific way to support what that message is as well. So does anybody here want to participate with me?
Sure.
In that event?
I will. But Marina, it's just so far it's just going to 2 meetings, you're saying?
Yeah, I think they're meeting 3 times in the month of May, and they would like somebody to at least to commit to a couple of meetings. And between, if you do it and I do it, I mean, I'm sure we'll make all 3.
Yeah, I would do it.
And when is the event?
It's on Saturday, June 18th.
I'm happy to help kind of think through what the look and feel will be from, more of that marketing perspective. I have something that Saturday, so I don't think I could actually participate in the event. It's my
But
son's birthday.
we could definitely touch base with you on that to make sure that we're,
Yeah, I'm
all
happy
in
to
alignment.
help and
Mhm.
join a call or whatnot. So
That'd be great. Thanks, Piper.
Rena, do we know the times of this event?
I think it's an all-day event, but I don't know. And I'll get back to you. Jason just told me about it today.
I just know you're probably looking for us to sign up to work it as well.
Yeah, probably.
That's fine.
I'll find out. I'll send it out before our next meeting because we're going to need support before the next meeting. So,
Right.
yeah, or we're going to need commitments before the next meeting anyway. Does anybody else have anything? Because I know we're already a little bit.
Oh, I just wanted to say two things. Nothing that, just something that I went to. I went to the fundraiser for the Larchmont Mamaroneck Continuing Ed on Thursday at the Decadent Ale House. And it was really well done. They had a lot of people. It was very interesting, the place, because we were talking about doing an art show somewhere, either at the Decadent or next door, but the space is very inviting, very nice. So if we ever, I think Shari was considering that, right, Shari? To do something at the Decadent Ale. I just thought,
I,
well done.
I got an email back from Kelly who said, oh yeah, let's get together and talk about it. And so I sent her back an email saying, you tell me when you could schedule us.
Yeah.
And then I didn't hear anything back from her. So I guess I have to call her. Marina, did you hear back from her?
I didn't. Who is Kelly exactly from Decadent? Is she like an events person or is she, what is she?
I don't know. I have no idea. I've only met Jason, who's one of the owners, and somebody else. And my nephew actually works there. Yeah, I'll have to call her. I'll have to see.
And it is a good space. They'd have to move the tables out. There are lots of tables. They have an art show.
Well, no, my idea was to have the artists set up their tables in the aisles of halftime. And then people could go into Decadent and eat and drink and walk around with their drinks and everything while they're buying art.
Yes, it'd be great. I think that would be great.
Yeah.
And the other thing I just wanted to say is that maybe all of you know, I just found out that New Rochelle did that mural project that Mamaroneck and Larchmont had. Only New Rochelle, the art, because it's on large buildings, is gigantic. They did the mural project in New Rochelle. So it's gigantic. It's quite impressive, some of them, because of the size on the side of a very tall building, an office building. Yeah, so anyway, that's all.
They did the history?
Yeah, they did that. Well, I don't know what their theme was, but it's the New Rochelle Arts Council who worked with the same group that everybody in Mamaroneck and Larchmont worked with.
Yeah, because they've always had really big murals on the sides of their buildings. They're not afraid to go ahead and do lots of public art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite something. So that's all I just wanted to say.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
Just before everybody goes, can I just make one, comment? First of all, I'm very impressed by the energy of the group. Really phenomenal, guys. Also wanted to just mention that if any of these programs that you're doing, you're getting publicity for, if I can get copies of it, we will put it out on the county social media platforms, which will reach a lot of people outside of Mamaroneck. So to the extent that you're looking for attendance at some of these things, Nora has my information, or I can give it to somebody. But we'd be happy to put it on our various, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, those kinds of things. Maybe an email to people outside of Mamaroneck Village, because it does sound like a dynamic list of things you guys are working on.
We are. Thank you, George, for supporting us. That'd be great. We'll take you up on that.
Very good. I'm going to jump, but it was great to listen in for half an hour. Thanks for letting me do that.
Okay. Bye.
Thank you, George.
Thank you.
I'll see you all. Bye-bye.
That's nice, always.
Love that.
He's great.
Yeah.
So, you know, here. I'm so happy. Everybody's working so hard. I'm so appreciative of everybody on this council. And I know that we're all bringing forth our energy. And as I said before, we all have other things going on. And I'm really respectful and honoring of that. So thank you for bringing your good stuff here. I think it's great. And I think we're bringing good things to the village. So yay.
Yeah.
All I have to say. And I can't wait to see everybody in June. But before June, next Friday, we have a dedication
Right.
at the garden. So 11 o'clock should be really nice. And hopefully we'll have a nice day so we don't have to have a rain day.
Right.
And we'll see Christina's book, which is amazing. And
we're June 6th, Marina, after that, June 6th.
we are June 6th, and we'll be in person, and we'll let you know where.
Perfect.
And you know, it could be the poetry garden. I don't know.
Who knows?
Or we'll talk about that. Well, I know we have to be like Zoom accessible or something like that, right?
I don't know that we have to be Zoom accessible if we meet in person. It's if it's a hybrid meeting.
All right, well, we'll talk about that.
And
Details to come.
that actually doesn't kick in till June 8th, but you know, so you could, but I don't know if everybody is at the, I mean, if there's nobody teleconferencing in, you don't have to be Zoom accessible.
All right.
Okay.
We'll do our best to find out.
But Nora, can we meet on the 6th or?
Yeah, no, we can meet in person, starting June 8th. There has to be a quorum in person
Yeah. Well, we will have that.
where the public can meet. It's a little, if they've changed the law, it's a little complicated. We're trying to figure it out. Safe bet, if we meet in person, no problem.
Okay.
Okay, motion to end the meeting.
I'll make a motion.
Good. Okay. I'll second the motion.
Liz, Jane, thank you. Okay, so outside of the meeting, has anybody had any trouble getting through to your Vomni email? Because I have, and I just want to say, Larry?
Yeah, why don't we stop recording?
Well, we're off the record anyway.